Exactly. Why are the Garda attacking us? RTE is fake news. It takes 18 months for the government of this individual to inform Ireland whether they have a criminal record.
Right. How are you? That's what I'm going to wait for the last one.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
How's it going? How are you? How's it going? How are things? Where's the site itself? Is it further in or? The site, the Ipas site, like where's the actual site?
At the back.
Alright. Have they got it blocked off, entrance into it or?
Yeah, you just have a look around the corner.
Right.
There,
How's it going? Not so bad. Are they letting people up, are they, or?
No.
You know? Where are they blocking from here, is it?
Sorry?
Where are they stopping people from going from this area, is it?
I don't know. I think there's a section 20, is there? I think there's a section 20, so I don't think you're allowed past the guards.
Alright, so, okay.
I'm not 100% sure though.
Okay, we'll have a look up anyway.
Go up and have a chat.
Yeah. How's it going? Where's access blocked from? Is it from just beyond the gate there, or?
Where the rest of the people are there, yeah.
Alright, so there's just beyond there, there's no access up beyond that point there, no? Just here. Alright, perfect. Alright, thank you. Okay, so no access beyond this point, but we have the camera, so that'll help. Yeah. So we mightn't get to see much, but we can get a view down. So we have guards over there in the van, and so there's apparently there's a section 20 in place. So we're not going to get to see much. So you can see there's the barrier in place, and we've got the floodlights just above, electricity in place. Can't really see much. Yeah, we've got the units. And we zoom in tight to those. Can't make out exactly what they are. So maybe the plan here for another 1,000 or so people, if the rumours are right. It's got a security guard walking up there. Okay. Can't really see that much going on at all. Very small guard presence as well, like so they've got 2 guards. There's a section 20 in place, is there? The guard, just someone was saying that?
Yeah,
they
and they're sponsoring it and the whole lot. We're all over the shop. Yeah, just come and go, come and go. Yeah.
And did you have the public order unit?
Oh yeah, we did. On our backs the whole time, pushing
Really?
and everything. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really bad. Really
Where are they now,
bad.
like, or did they just show up and there's trucks coming in, or?
Here, come here to this man here. Here, this man here. What's the speech him?
I have a YouTube channel called Audit in Ireland. So I go around all the different Ipas centres.
I have never seen one. I've been at every Ipas centre.
Well, do you want me to show you the YouTube channel? It's alright to be suspicious. It's good to be suspicious. Audit in Ireland, I'll show you here. Stand up to me here. There's no unvetted men around here, even if you're from Dublin, you know.
Because I've been at every Ipas centre.
No, I go around with cameras, like I go around.
So do I, look.
Alright, well, we'll find out now, like, we have a challenge. I like it. So that's the last one I was at there. So that's, do you know the place in Clonmel?
Yes, right, only you have to come up from Clonmel.
Yeah, so I was, hang on now.
That's where I came from.
So this is Remcall, the company that makes the units that they're putting in, the modular homes
Yeah,
that are
there's
going into the site.
440 fucking thousand pounds
Yeah,
in units.
so when I was on here, sorry here now. So there they have this one unit, they have the finished unit outside. So when we went down,
So these are the 440,000
the 440, so what they're doing is they're bringing old like units that are 20, 30 years old, they're gutting them out, they're keeping the frames, and then they're retrofitting them, so they must be getting them for like fucking, making them for like peanuts, like 10, 15, 20 grand, like.
So when we done 5 weeks there, we got them out in Markla. We won down there.
Yeah.
It's the only place in Ireland that we won so far. We like them anyway.
Yeah.
So we spent 5 weeks protesting there, and we managed to get the buyer that was buying the building to pull out. I was only lucky that we they tried to get a fire certificate off the fire department.
Okay.
One of the fire officers then let someone know in our group, and then it kicked off the protest, and we managed to make the buyers pull out from the building then. And we got a letter then from the children, whoever is the ones that are over
The
this.
Department of Children and Youth and everything.
They sent us out a letter saying that there was no Ipas and there was going to be that. Now, I don't believe in myself, but we got the letter confirming that there wasn't going to be, so we call it a win anyway.
Alright, yeah, but that's it, you got to take your wins where you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you think's happening here? Do you think it's going to be like everywhere else? They'll get the public order unit in eventually.
Well, the public order are in,
Is that it? There's just the one van, like I saw one van or.
Oh, maybe that's what they were earlier.
Alright.
There's nothing going on, so they must have fucked off.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely fucking people. Like.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So if you want to look me up online, I'm the Irish Warrior.
Alright.
On TikTok, Facebook, the Irish Warrior, Facebook, Irish Warrior, you'll find me anyway. I'm
a bit in the heat. Yeah, we'll pop it into different groups as well.
To go down to Punchestown, go across again.
Down to Punchestown race course. There's 360 in there, is it?
Yeah, they're all Ukrainians.
Okay, but they had to put two big massive tents up the same as them in the yard now as well.
In Flun's Cross or Punchestown?
Oh, Punchestown racecourse.
Oh, Punchestown racecourse.
Yeah.
Alright.
Already 330 in there.
Yeah.
They converted the equestrian centre into
housing.
housing.
Within 10 days, Marquis.
Alright.
Do you know Paddy Power?
The Flun's Cross, that's only one. And every single corner of Nace, every road into it, there's a fucking centre.
Yeah.
Surrounding the whole area.
And I'm terrified because they're in Eden Derry, and that's where she got to school. Now, you know, she's in her last year, so she's not getting all this, everything. But my son will only be starting in 2 years' time. Yeah. So I'm really thinking of homeschooling.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, and there's a couple of different ones.
Yeah. It's the safety, like when we barricade ourselves in our own home, which is disgraceful.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, it is. It's like you imprison yourself in your own home because of the fear, like,
It will be.
Yeah. That's the way it's getting.
Yeah.
The Dublin Scene Centre
scary,
is absolutely overgrown.
Yeah.
It's an actual, for a man, he said, it's a scary place to walk around.
Yeah.
Oh, when we were
Very interesting.
Remember when we were
I wouldn't walk around, like, I'm very able to do it. Like,
were you there for the last match there when we were blocking?
No, I didn't get that one from.
Well, when we were blocking O'Connell Bridge, a few people got arrested, 19 got arrested, right? But 2 of the girls didn't know got arrested. But anyways, besides the point, me and my partner were sitting there and the unit squad come up and said, oh, if you don't move, we're going to arrest you. So I looked at him and he looked at me and he was like, you think you're children? I said, yeah, you think you're your granddaughter. And 2 of us just got up and walked away because
no one else was going to stay with you anyway, so you might as well fucking well.
Otherwise we were going to prepare to get arrested.
Yeah.
But at the same time we were
everybody else sharpers off, so there's no
so we had to yeah, he's one of them that got arrested. But,
he ran after him. Did you see that on the
tag? Yeah.
We were going back to the Island Centre.
They ran up through the crowd and grabbed me.
Oh, I saw that. That was you then. Yeah. So I saw that there was like a vanguard. I saw her talking to someone, like someone kind of gave her the signal.
Yeah. And then they ran after.
All right. Yeah.
Fucking snatch squad.
Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah.
They
went after him.
Setting an example. So if they take you, everyone else goes, oh, well, they took him. Like so. Yeah.
The bigger ones. What they see is the bigger one. They want to bring them down to put the fear into everybody else's mind. That's what it is.
But it's only going to increase. It's only going to increase.
Right, well, we need this. We have to do this. Really. Do you know what I mean?
That's what as soon as people think it's all quiet down, then they'll focus try and go in
But you
again.
see, they haven't given up. They're still there. They're still protesting there 24/7. See, in Floods Cross, we couldn't. We had 2 people there overnight, and when they moved in, we were like, it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now it was Ukrainians at first, and then they brought all the people from Strap Alley over.
Yeah.
Then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's mixed now.
Alright. So what's going on in Strat Valley? It's got to change the shift?
Don't know.
No?
Remember they had to get out. It was in the festival on there.
Yeah.
Just to get them all out.
Oh, there's the public order unit now.
That's the second one that's coming in. So yeah, they had to get them all out for the festival because I know Punchestown had a festival there not long ago.
Yeah. See you again. All the best, man. Take it easy. Catch you again. Take it easy. Bye bye. In the last maybe 5 weeks, the local population in Athlone learned that there was to be an Ipas centre in their area, and that's what we see here in front of us. So we see the typical design. We see the rather large tented area, which is normally the mess hall. We see the beginning of a tented village just behind it there. We'll have a count of those tents when we come back to them. We can see a lot of equipment around the area, some JCBs, some cars. There we can see the tents there. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tents to be situated in that particular area. We've learned that each of those tents holds 10 men. So just in that small area we will have 100 men. Again, as the guy flies over, we get a little bit. We got some security guys on site, so we can see at least 2 security men there. Again, some more JCB units, diggers, and then as we pan around behind, we get a small glimpse of some other units there, which I think are the direct provision site. So there's currently 100 families living just behind the site in direct provision accommodation. They've been there for 6 years. There we go there. So they're essentially living in mobile home units. You can see it's all tarmac, a small playground area for the children. Then located next to that is a creche, which I suppose is useful for the residents in the direct provision centre. But then located just adjacent to that is going to be a large encampment for all intents and purposes mystery men. And going back talking to the locals, they said the direct provision centre has been there for 6 years and the families there are pretty much integrated well into the town, which is always good to hear, and they share the same concerns as the rest of the residents who live in this area. They have no idea who's coming in, how many people will be there, where they're from, what their backgrounds are. It's a pretty familiar story at this stage, and there's a small group of dedicated people up there who are protesting again, desperately trying to hold off on having hundreds, maybe over 1,000 men just thrown into the community, and then they're left to deal with the fallout. So we can see some equipment on site. Looks like a lot of piping, so plumbing is obviously going to go in. You can see the size of we've got a good idea of the size of the area that's fenced off. You can see these tents are in some kind of odd H block configuration, and there's some kind of adjoining unit in the middle. I don't know, maybe it's to help with airflow or heating, or it could simply be just the latrine area. It would be quite odd though, because it goes into both tents, but you couldn't really have a door from each tented area going in between both of them. Perhaps somebody out there might know what it is. I'd imagine it's for some sort of ventilation or heating. And then just underneath we can see that they're on some sort of ground sheet to keep out the damp. how that will manage to keep out the damp on any sort of long-term basis, I do not know. Irish winter is particularly brutal. So just having a look around. Again, it looks like maybe another 2 or 3 rows of tents can fit into that particular side of the area. So there we go, we got to look at the ground sheets. So I don't know, there's maybe like 80 sheets on the ground. Again, more area over there to place more tents. And there we can see that an area for the workers, some porta cabins. It looks like some more equipment. You can see some lavatories there for the workers. Doesn't seem to be any workmen on site at the minute. In no short part because there are people up the top of the road protesting, doing their best to block any more workmen from coming in. And then we zoom in on some pallets. Okay, right, that looks like the ground sheet. So there's 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pallets of ground sheets. Probably, I don't know, maybe 30 or so ground sheets on each pallet. So maybe another room for maybe 20 more placements. And then 2 10-man tents can fit on each ground sheet. So we're looking, as it stands at the moment, there's probably enough materials there to house people in a tented accommodation. So maybe 300 men at the moment, going by the equipment that's on there, and more equipment is coming in. There's no kind of a end to it at this stage, and it's only the start of this operation. So I think works have only been in place for the last 2 weeks in total, and this is what's been built so far. So it won't be long until that particular area is filled. Again, I don't think the local community has been given any sort of figure on how many men they intend to house in the tents. And then there's a kind of smaller tent to the rear of that large mess hall. So maybe that's for showering units. Who knows? I don't think the plans are published. There is no planning permission that's required once the site's given the go-ahead. Planning permission isn't needed because there was a statutory instrument introduced a couple of years ago where there is no requirement for planning permission at all. And it was put out there that this site was to halt, as the conditions aren't really fit to house humans. So as this gets a bit higher, I think we can see more space available to the left. Yeah, so we've got another large area there to the right, another large area to the left of that, which again can probably fit the same amount of tents, if not more. So there we go. It's a very, very large area. So we say at a minimum another 300 men in each one of those sites. So that would bring it up to 900 men in total to fit in that particular enclosed area that's encompassed by the fence. And that's a lot of men to suddenly dump into a town. And the argument is made that these men are from war-torn areas and that they should be given all the compassion they need. Again, another area to the rear there, so maybe another 300 men, so it brings up to 1,200 in total. So the argument is made about compassion because these men are coming from war-torn areas, and there's a counter-argument saying that they're not from war-torn areas at all, they're just economic migrants, which would probably be better, because if they are from war-torn areas, we're dealing with men who will have many mental health problems, between PTSD, depression, anxiety. We know that leads to different types of substance abuses, depression, to mention social isolation, many adjustment disorders. The list just goes on and on and on and on, and it's the local community that has to deal with that. Prior to any previous mass immigration into Ireland, our mental health services can't cope as it is. These men aren't going to be given the services they need. The profession just isn't there for them, and beyond that, it's the local community who's going to suffer at the hands of this. And anytime any objection is trying to be expressed, it's the usual rubbish where people are labelled and smeared almost as if they're the worst people on the planet, but they're just concerned for their community, and that's 100% a natural concern. And other people are willing to gamble with their life and their community, but not their own. And it's their community, and they can't afford to take the gamble. Nobody in Ireland can afford to take the gamble. It's a complete and utter shambles and a true disgrace all around, without having to label anybody or just take all the rhetoric out of it. It's an absolute shambles. There's no other way to describe it. And I think there's a Department of Education building that's over to the left. So we can see there's only one kind of road into this area. It's not that